So, I just watched Fantastic Beasts: Crimes of Grindelwald. It's really bad, you guys. So this is the second Fantastic Beasts film, but if you include the Harry Potter films, it's the 10th in the series? Of the Wizarding World series, as it's now called, which might be worse than Dark Universe as a name? I don't know. But this is, once again, following Newt Scamander, played by Eddie Redmayne, and Jacob Kowalski, who, again, I should look up these names. I want to say Ben Fogle, but it will be above me. And then there's also Tina, who again, name above, and Queenie, name above. I'm bad at this. They are all in Paris for various different reasons, and Johnny Depp is Grindelwald, and there isn't really a plot, I don't think. I watched this movie yesterday evening. It's early afternoon today now, and I genuinely cannot remember 90% of this movie. It is that insignificant. So little happens in this that you just come out and oh, is that it? And I remember finding the first Fantastic Beasts film kind of fun, I thought it was an enjoyable little romp. I liked the characters okay. It wasn't too big a set of stakes on it, but in this one, just nothing happens. They're all kind of meandering around Paris trying to find various things, like Newt is trying to find Tina is trying to find Credence is trying to find his mother, Kowalski is trying to find Queenie is also in the movie. Grindelwald spends the whole thing just kind of waiting around, then not doing anything until he gives a speech in the last 20 minutes of the film. It feels like the appendixes of the Lord of the Rings books, where you see some more lore, but you have absolutely no idea what bearing that has on the story. And that's this movie. There's just no bearing on anything that has come before, no bearing on anything that's going to come after, it feels like, really. And again, until that last few minutes or so where they remember, things are actually supposed to happen in movies. And it makes me wonder, does J.K. Rowling know how movies work? Because I don't think she does. Because she wrote this, and it just feels like she has no clue how to structure a movie. It's really, really bad. Okay, so Grindelwald's whole motivation that they show near the end is that he wants magical purity. He's a magic Nazi. But the reason he shows for this near the end, he is giving this speech to all his followers, and he blows out this thing of smoke from his hookah, which is also a skull. Of course he's that edgy. And the vision that comes out of this smoke is World War II, ending with the nuclear bomb at Hiroshima. And so he's saying he wants to stop the Muggles before they can do that. And so basically the movie is saying that the bad guy Nazi is more bad or less bad than the actual Nazis. Is Magic Nazi worse than regular Nazi? I don't know. The movie doesn't make it clear. Yes? What do you want, Mr. Squeaky? Come on then. You didn't go see the movie. There were some black cats in the movie, I will admit. There are these giant, weird soul cat things that hunt the heroes at one point, and then they turn into tiny little kittens. It's cute. Not as cute as you, though. Yeah. Thank you for the kiss. But yeah, so the villain's motivation doesn't make much sense. None of the characters have any real reason to be in the movie, particularly not Queenie. Why is... if someone knows why Queenie is meant to be in this movie, tell me. Let me know in the comments if you thought there was a reason for Queenie to be in this movie. And there's just no joy, no fun to it. The Harry Potter movies always had some fun moments to them, and the first Fantastic Beasts, I thought through Kowalski, was a very funny character. And he does get the one line that cracked me up in this film when he's been taken to London and Queenie has bewitched him to take him there. He gets woken up from this bewitchment and is wait, where am I? You're in London. I always wanted to go here! And that cracked me up, because that was a really good delivery of that line. He's still the most charming thing in the movie, but he has literally no reason to be in it, so it doesn't work. It's just... And I won't say it's a disappointment, this film, because I wasn't going in expecting anything. In fact, I was particularly expecting to not like it because Johnny Depp. You know. And yeah, he is not good in the movie. He doesn't really do much. They don't really go in for the whole thing that, Dumbledore and Grindelwald were possibly a couple at one point. They kind of vaguely hinted it, but in a way where it's just vague enough that if you didn't already know Dumbledore was gay from what J.K. Rowling has said after the books came out, nothing that actually happens in any of the books or movies would give you that impression, of course, but if you didn't actually know that, when you saw this, you wouldn't really think they were a couple watching this. And I think that's a bad thing, because you've set this character up in your expanded mythos and, in the stuff you've said outside of the films and movies, and you've said he is gay. You have made a point of saying that. And then you don't really confirm it in the film when he comes back in, then it just feels like a waste of potentially quite a good positive depiction of an LGBT character in a major tentpole fantasy film. It just feels like J.K. Rowling doesn't have the courage to do that, and hence why she doesn't put it in the books or in the material. She just says afterwards, oh, by the way, that character's gay, so, I am quite progressive and smart, but you're not, J.K. Rowling. This film is bad, is what I'm saying. Don't go watching it. I think this thing's going to have a really strong opening weekend, and then I think word of mouth is going to get around, and I don't think this thing's going to have any legs. I think this is going to be the first flop of the Wizarding World. Thank you so much for watching this review. Let me know what you thought of the movie in the comments below, because I'm sure you've already been to see it. Everyone has. And like I said, let me know if you thought the characters had any purpose for being in this movie at all in the comments. If you'd like to watch more videos by me, click the subscribe button up here, or click on some of the links over here. I'm fed up of the Harry Potter thing, guys. I'm fed up.